To the MI, cat like a semi. Niggas know my car, won't you get mine? Cat like a semi. Cat like a semi.
Right guys, so today it's your boy Arj and I'm going to be doing another character tutorial, and today we're going to be focusing on Alisa Boskonovich. Now again, Alisa is a character I used to use her along with Law actually back in the day. Not to extremely high level, I just used to dabble about with her, but after obviously studying the many YouTube videos you can see on my channel of all the highest level Korean players using Alisa, specifically my favourite players Leon, Owl, Chanel, using them, I've learned a few tricks and techniques and tips of exactly how you should be using Alisa. So what we're going to be going through, as always with my tutorials and why a lot of people seem to enjoy them, is we're going to go through stage 1, where I'm going to show you the basic to intermediate key moves of Alisa, so her punishers, her best moves, the properties of her moves, some of the abilities of her moves, and the key strategy you should be thinking about when using Alisa. And then after that, we're going to be moving straight into gameplay with a Korean player. Now with those Korean gameplays, you'll be seeing every single move I've shown you used in a real life circumstance, and from that you'll be able to learn. So let's get right into it and get into the basics. Okay, so let's not get too much into frames, but just briefly, Lisa's common punishes are of course 10 frame 1-2, as with every character. Her 1-2 can also combo into this, but we'll move on to that later. She also has 1-1. She also has for 12 frame, she has 2-4, which wall splats. And for 13 frame, her common 13 frame punisher is just straight 4. Now a great move. Now I'll move back onto those in a minute, but the first thing you need to know when you're thinking about playing with Alisa is a few things. So first of all, Alisa has the best backdash in the game and the best sidestep also. She can sidestep the most of any character in the game. Now this allows you to sidestep a lot of moves that would normally not be sidesteppable, and there's been great evidence and great reporting of Alisa being able to sidestep certain tracking moves also. So sidestepping Alisa is always a strong trait and always something that should be done consistently if you're hoping to play Alisa competitively. Now the next thing to know about Alisa is that she is a poking heavy character. When using Alisa, you need to be focusing on poking only. She's not one of these characters where you can do rush downs and you can do all sorts of strings and stuff like that. No, she is a poking character. By poking, you need to be doing the key pokes, which are down back 3, which when you're in a crouching stance, you're able to do down forward 1+2. This is a key super fast low that also tracks, so you can do this either transitioning from a low into here, or you can just go straight up duck. It's that quick. It's just like Lars's down forward 1-2. So those are key pokes for lows. She also has for lows also actually a sidestep 4, which is really good mainly in wall circumstances where her sidestep comes into play. So the high extension like that, which is just a down 1 actually. That's actually down 4 into the high. So down 4 into 1+2 will give you this high extension. So you can delay that or just not pull it out, and then when you want to, you can trick them to get that count hit property from it. So straight into there because they're not expecting it. You can also, as I said, the side step 4, which goes into this mid first, goes into a mid first and then into a flurry of highs, which is a really fast move, really good sort of tricking your opponents, because you could just be chipping away, doing the low consistently, and then suddenly pull out all the stops with the mid variant as well. So those are key low chips, but she also has some new variants where she can just go down 3. Down 3 is pretty unseeable and it's extremely fast. The range of this move also is quite ridiculous. So I'm literally almost at the edge of the screen. I can just pull that out, and this move is great because it also has a lot of extensions to it. So she has a high extension which is extremely fast. She has a mid extension which launches, allowing you to combo. She also has an unblockable high. Now, for certain characters, for certain players who aren't expecting that, or if you've conditioned them to maybe think about the mid, this unblockable high is a perfect option for getting an extra combo and a damaging combo at that. So that's something to look out for. She also has the great idea for her that is that what many players at the higher levels tend to do is they will not do a single extension. They'll just be using this as a chip move because the punish on this is not great. I think really the only thing you can do is a get up kick, or you can do with Lars, for example, he can do his 2-1 while staying 2-1. What players at the higher level will be doing is they'll be chipping here. As you can see, once you do that, Alisa is in a ducking position. So she transitions straight into a ducking position, and what did we say you can do in a ducking position? You can do the down forward 1+2, which is a fantastic low, unexpected, really fast, and tracks. But of course, there's mix-ups in her crouching position. She has the mid, very fast mid, unavoidable. If you really want to just mix them up, it's too fast, there's two lows, or there's the mid. But her other options at crouching is, so this is just her pickup. This is what she'll be doing for a lot of combos you'll see in a minute. But yeah, that's a fast mid as well. Only thing is, if you try to extend it and do the 1+2, so the 2 is a high, so be wary of that. But of course, she also has a 1+2 into a kick, which is mid. So, and also wall spat. So depending on how good the player is, they're either going to be able to punish it, or they're going to get caught by that kick and get destroyed basically. She also has a straight launch, but it's one of the slower launches in the game. It's not, I wouldn't use that whenever you wanted to put. I wouldn't use that at all really for just every single punish. I would be using this mainly for characters which stagger from their lows. So Lars is down back 3, block that, then yeah, go for it. I think, but the good thing about this move, I think there's a lot of pushback on this move as well. Let me just show you. So, let's just get Lars in good position. So there's good pushback on this move. It is kind of hard to punish compared to other moves, especially since Alisa, if you do miss it, Alisa will go straight into ducking position to the other move. So it's a good launcher, but not as fast as it should be. So moving on from there, mid pokes that you need to be focusing on are, she has this one, that back 1. So back 1 is tracking and very fast and does a lot of damage actually as well. So let's get back into standing. That's quite a lot of damage, and again, something you can see here, key to Alisa's mix-up game, key to Alisa strategy is the fact even after doing this, she can also transition into the crouching mix-up. So straight from here, straight to the low, straight from here to the mid, straight from here, low, mid. So she has a bevy of mix-up options that can get in close and rely solely on mix-up. And of course, when you're flustering an opponent, their natural reaction to something like that, a mix-up like that, is straight up forward 3 or just hop kick you. Now, you can just press down 2 and you will just hold back and you will be in a standing position blocking because it's safe. Once they do the hop kick or they do the up forward 3, you'll be free to punish them. And that brings us on to Alisa's own variant of the hop kick. Now, Alisa's hop kick in this game is doubly good. So it's always been good because you can just press the first. You can press the first one, just get damage. You can trick people. You can scare people thinking you're going to be using hop kicks. But if you do commit to it and you go the full way, the only punish for it is just the get up kick. So just pressing 3. It's not hugely punishable. Of course, if you whiff it, yes, there is going to be a ridiculous punish, but the range of it is quite good as well. So even backdashing it is very difficult. But yes, it's doubly good in this game as it gives you the bound as previously seen in Tag 2 and Tekken 6. But of course, in this game, you can still combo with the corkscrew. So you can get a bound and a corkscrew in the same combo. So an example of this, So yeah, like this. Okay, so let's get her back. Get back. An example of this is. So then we're doing this and then comboed into corkscrew. Now, what we saw there is, again, like I said, of course you can go into low variants, but you can also do the while standing variants as well, which is key to her combos as well. You'll see a lot of players, the main bread and butter involves doing this and then picking up straight with this and then going into this move. Now, this is actually a great move that I'm doing right now. So this is back to 4. A key move for Alisa, as it crushes a lot of moves. As you can see, the mid hits quite low, as if it's going to be a low move, but it is a mid and it crushes many moves and goes straight into fast 13 frame 4 that we saw here. And this is the main corkscrew and the main combo starter that you should be thinking of. It's able to hit from basically quite short ranges. So as you saw that it missed. It's not the same exactly as Lars's down back, down forward 2-1 like that. It hasn't got the same range as that, but the key properties of it is that it's short range but can crush greatly. So that is why Alisa is actually a very poke heavy character, because you should be right in his face basically if you are going to be playing Alisa, because Alisa has really good moves as well, such as her instant forward 2, which is very important to know. So if you're going to play Alisa at the highest level, you need to be doing her instant forward 2. So you need to be doing at any range, and when you do land the forward 2 in open battle, you'll see that you get a free forward 1+2. So if I just do it properly, actually. So okay, so forward 3, and then forward into 1+2, and you need to be doing this instantly, like I said. Keep that in mind. Also, you need to be really able to do that move, because it's a very, very fast and effective move for Alisa. Great range and has that automatic 1+2 extension, which does great damage against any opponent. So, like I was talking about again about the crushing properties of this move is very, very, very commonly used at the wall. So it's a wall splat. It can crush. You could be doing a couple lows, forcing them to do a low, and then crush their. I mean, you could be doing a couple highs, and they could be doing a couple highs, and you could crush their high into the wall splat. So this is a very crushing move, as you'll see when playing against players, and when they do the highs, you can throw this out at close range and get it. As long as they don't duck, you are going to be okay. Now at the wall, this is where it's particularly great for the wall splat, going straight into your wall combo. And another thing is, as you may have seen from the Lily tutorial, where she also has a great sidestep, worse than Alisa's, but still very great. Key to her was the fact that she could sidestep into 2-4, sorry. Now for Lily, that was 10 frame, which made it very great, because it would wall splat and be 10 frame. It's 12 frames for Alisa. Now, it's still useful, but it's not as great. So a lot of top players, they may sidestep and just go into the 1-1, which gives you lots of plus frames to then mix up and do the pokes, which is what the whole point of Alisa is, the poking character. Or you could move into, if you are interested in wall splatting, there is of course that alternative of 1-2-4, or you could go straight into the fast 13 frame 3. Now you need to be careful, as obviously the sidestep variant of the low comes out, which is also actually a good option for just chipping away. Another great chip to be doing. Or you could just sidestep, cancel it by pressing the sidestep and then pressing back to cancel it, and then going straight like that. Now this is also, even if it gets blocked, just adding pressure. It's a scary move. It's very fast, and it can be repeated over and over again until they duck. And if you're going to cause them to duck, condition them to duck, this is when you can then move into this and straight into the lows. So they're always having to think on their feet. So this is a key strategy for using Alisa in Tekken. Another key move also is another one of her pokes. A mid poke from range is just the back, forward 2. So forward 2 can pick up a lot of moves as well during combos. So it's usually used when low parrying. You'll be able to pick up characters. So as you saw, you can pick characters up and then go into a combo like that, for example. This is also a good move for tracking, because the second hit of this tracks. But another option from here is going straight into a mid. So this is her mid. It goes into destruction mode, which is actually a key mode for, I'd say, near the end of matches. So high players may use this near the end of matches, but you don't particularly see them use this as a bread and butter thing to always go through doing in a match, because it's quite unsafe. During this mode, Alisa actually cannot block. So doing this commonly in a match, you're gonna have to be very skilled at knowing how to dodge everything. As you can see, she has the ability to dodge and she has the ability to fly in different areas. You need to be very keen and very knowledgeable exactly how you're going to use this to dodge key moves. Now, against a beginner player, this will be very jarring. You will be able to get a lot of low moves. Many of her moves are very damaging in this mode as well. But in the higher stages, a lot of people are going to be very used to this, so I would not recommend this really until the very end of a match when you're trying to just get the last bit of damage. Because this is basically Alisa's overpowered state. This is when she's really powered, she's got a lot of offense, but she sacrifices defense. So moving back from here, so obviously she has the mid variant and she has a high variant from there. She also has a string that goes straight there. So if you want to just trick an opponent, you've been doing this the whole time and you just want to go straight into the string, into the wall splat, then you can. Now this is a great move I just did. It's a move you can get on counter hit to combo straight away. So the damage from that, even with that non-perfect combo, is 65, which is really great for a move like that. But it's a great mid that's quite safe as well. So for a move that can combo and counter hit and is quite safe and is able to just stop at the second hit, is great, because you can just do the first two hits and then move on more into pressure, so you can focus back on the poking power of Alisa. You can carry that on, but be wary, of course, because the second hit is it's a high, sorry, so it can be ducked and punished, like many of Alisa's key moves. So the forward 3, forward 2, duckable, and she has another one which relies on her flying ability. So if you press forward 3+4, this flying move, you can do a mini combo like that, which wall splats, which is great. I think that the notation of that is basically 1+2, 3, 4, something similar to that. You'll be able to see in the command list. One of her key moves, as I said, is going from a flying move, her forward 2. So this is a mid, or actually looks like a high. So a lot of players actually do tend to duck this, try to attempt duck this and get hit. But the key good thing about this move, as you can see, is the plus frames it gives you. Look how Lars is being pushed back. From here, you can move straight into the mix-up game. As you saw, sidestep to 1, try get them at the wall, do whatever you need with Alisa, rush them down. And as you can see, it can be done point blank. It's very similar to Dragunov's running 2, but it's very much easier to do, as you don't need to do learn the point blank forward 3 mechanism. So you could do this just to get pressure, and then go straight into a mix-up game. Now something you just saw there is moving into destruction mode again. You will see in her command list there's many ways to transition into the destruction modes, and this is key mainly to get extra damage after you do moves, fluster them, so you've done a lot of moves, you've done a lot of lows, pokes, and then you transition into her destruction mode, and now suddenly you're getting absolutely destroyed, as she's basically doing a lot of moves you're not really familiar with. She's able to sidestep, as you saw, and everything. So that's when you should be really using the destruction mode, when you're just trying to extend your barrage of offense. And again, you got to try and use her in a chipping and poking fashion, as she hasn't really got any strings. They are just basically lows and mids. There's no variation between the two. It's just lows and mids. So you do one or the other, and it's a mix-up game. Another key move, great move she has, is this back 1-2. Now, something many people don't actually know, or because a lot of people like to finish the string. So it's back 3-4. Sorry. A lot of people like to finish the string, which is great. On hit, it is natural combo, and as you can see, it pushes Lars down, so you're able, again, you've got some plus frames after hitting them, and you can do the mix-up. But what people don't seem to remember is that on counter hit, it's actually a combo starter. So that is a fantastic move that to use in a similar fashion to any other knee move, like Brian's knee move, or even Lars's back 3. So it's fast, it's safe, and can hit on counter hit. And also, people are wary to move after this move, as of course it has the extension. So you could easily do this go poke. You got to find ways to trick opponents to allow you to poke them, because that is where Alisa excels. So you can go straight into there and then into duck and do any variant. So it's just that you need to find a key way to use Alisa, and the only way to really learn all the tips and tricks to use all of these ways of poking and getting free pokes from Alisa is to watch Koreans and the higher level players do it, because they all have their own techniques and you need to absorb all of their strategies. Now, other moves that you should need to be thinking about with regards to that flying technique I showed you, so when you do forward 3+4, is the mix-up game that's available here as well. So you can do the flying 3+4 into 3, which is a nice slow. Common used by a lot of players because that's really fast and again not very punishable. She also has a very fast mid launch, which depending on how long you let her fly has extreme range, but this one is very punishable. It can be launch punished. She has other variants, like I showed you. She has that mid, which is safe, and also tracking as well, I should mention. Okay, another move that she also has is the flying, because you can actually basically fly forward 3+4. You can cancel it by pressing back to stop yourself from flying, or you can cancel it down into a ducking position. So you go ducking position and then go straight into the low mix-up. So this is an option that a lot of high-level players will be using. But you can also go for the extra mile and cancel it down, but then press 3+4 again, and then you get an extremely safe and extremely damaging mid option. So if you are thinking they're going to anticipate you to just stop and then go for the low mix-ups, then go straight into that mid. Now, as you saw, there was another mid option there, and there's higher options as well. You can look through the command list for those and mix and match as you choose and when. But those are the overview for her flying stance and how to use that to get into her poking, which you'll see the Korean player use to great damaging to great effect. Okay, so also, I mean, I keep saying the word key move because literally Alisa has so many key moves just because of the fact that she's a poking character, so she hasn't got strings or anything that are really that great. So you saw this, a nice tracking move, but what you haven't seen is her other tracking moves. So back 3, what a tracking move. Literally, you can throw that out. It's a nice mid, it's safe, it wall splats, it has range. This is one of the best tracking moves in the game and must not be underestimated. You are going to be tricking the opponent into looking for this low. This is the main low. Of course, there are options like this or the side step, but this is the main low you're going to be tricking. You're going to be tricking the opponent into thinking lows, waiting for low parries, waiting for your mid mix up, your poking and all that. So you need to be prepared to trick them with that back 3. What a move to be throwing out there. It pushes them all the way back. It gives him plus frames on block. Look at that. Look how you've pushed them away. You're able to just move straight into there. The pressure you can do, and it's another sort of move you can use at the wall with Alisa's sidestep. Most likely you won't be able to catch them and hit them off, but you will put them in that pressure state, and begin your onslaught of attacks. Okay, another key move, again similar to that, another mid tracking move is her forward 3. Now it's got less range than the other one, but it's faster and it does not have the pressure. But the key skill of this one is that it has extension, and it's a very good extension. This combo is damaging as hell, and it's a projectile. So you could fight off Akuma's fireballs in this manner if you really wanted to. So a move you can throw out there if you're just trying to get a hit and you think they won't anticipate a projectile from Alisa. So it's a great move. It's mid as well, so it's something they definitely need to dodge or block. So that's a great move, especially since people will be anticipating to duck this. So if you do this and then straight when they're ducking, they're obviously going to see, oh, you haven't ducked. I mean, you haven't finished off the high. So then they're going to stand up again, giving you ample time to then go into the low and mix up. Just one of the many strategies used by Korean players to get their mix-up game started, their poking game started. Now another move that I'll briefly go over, which I don't really encourage to exactly use in game, is down back 3. Now it's a good low in the fact that it knocks down. It's quite unseeable because the animation is weird. It's like Alisa would just be moving about and then she just suddenly falls on the floor. It's a good move in terms of damage and in terms of how it knocks down, but in terms of how using this at a high level, if people get used to it, once they block you, you will get punished severely for doing this move. Very, very severely. So I would only throw this out if you're under pressure and you're trying to get out. So if you're at the wall, you're literally getting stuck and you're being pressured too much, just throw out the low, get yourself some space, backdash, and then put the pressure back on. So that's how I'd use that move. But yeah, so that's what I really wanted to talk to you mainly about with regards to Lisa in stage 1 of this tutorial. So as you've seen the basic punishes, you've seen the power of the destruction stance, you've also seen her key good moves in the flying stance, and you've also seen the key strategy for using Lisa involving pokes, which there is no other way about it. Alisa is a poking character and you need to be able to transition into her pokes and into her mix-up game to get all her damage, and use her backdash and her sidestep ability to your advantage at the wall to get wall splat combos. And I'd also use her up forward 3, which is very good and very powerful for Alisa to get extreme damage and to get those combos, because it's safer than other options and has some crushing ability, as you'll see in the Korean gameplay I'll show you. So let's move on to that Korean gameplay and let's just see everything that I've shown you put into real world practice at the highest of high levels. Alright, let's get into it. Okay guys, so here we are on Call Me Arj, as you know, my channel, so almost at 6k, and basically, if you didn't know already, as I just tell you in every tutorial, I was known before Tekken 7 came out as the #1 collector of Tekken 7 content. I probably still am that guy. So I have the highest level of gameplay archived from all over the world: Korea, Japan, the US, the UK, Europe, name it. I'm there. I've got it. And basically what I did was I archived every single gameplay with every single character into their own respective playlist. Now this is fantastic for any of you wanting to learn your character to a high level and want to play competitively and you want to rise up the ranks, because this is a goldmine. So just basically, if you want to play Lily, you click on the Lily playlist and there'll be 65 videos. If you want to play Katarina, you look at the Katarina playlist and there'll be 21 videos. Kazumi, aka anything. So this tutorial has been about Lisa, so we just go scroll down, find the Lisa, and here we go. So 20 goldmine videos for Alisa. Click on my playlist on my channel, go through here. I have the top players in the world. So I've got Chanel, Dotaring, plays versus only practice, the list goes on. Leon, I've got them all. STJ playing against Alisa's, you'll see them all here. Byakko rank matches. So let's just go on to one of my favorite matches. Okay, here we go. So we got an Alisa versus Asuka match, and against Claudio and rank. Let's see everything that I taught you in that stage 1 being put to actual high level use. Alright, let's see Leon.
Round 1. Fight.
Okay, so going straight in with that instant running 2 as I showed you. Comboing with the 13 frame 4. Into the mix up and into the counter hit back 3 as I showed you. Fantastic move. Now what she's done there is one of the lows that I didn't show you. It is back, that is down back 3. It's an unsafe low. It's either down back 3 or down back 1. It is one of those buttons, and it's an unsafe low. I didn't really want to show you that. It is a move many of the noobs like to, you know, spam out, but it can be good because in some ways it is unseeable, but at the higher level I feel like I personally can see it, so it is very punishable. But here we go. Okay, so she's gone for the down 3 again, which is a really great low as well. She's gone for the side step, and then she's gone in for the mid into high extension, which is great. Okay, that's a good setup by that Asuka to get the get up kick and punish it. Another fantastic setup by that Asuka. Okay, so she's gone for the low. She's getting a bit desperate. Oh, fantastic. She used the rage drive and then used the fly mode to escape danger. So that is a great high level use of that move. You can also use that down 3. Because it moves so far across the screen, she's able to use it in an evasive manner, as you saw there. Here she's able to use that running 3 before. Here she's in the ducking and she's done that launching mid, which in that scenario is very good. Okay, there she's on the running, the flying mode 2 again. As I said, it tracks, able to catch, able to close out the round using that move. Very damaging, very fast, and so very safe. Again, running 2, instant running 2. Very, very important to know how to do. If you don't learn how to do that, you are selling your Alisa short. Okay, so see how low that move is able to crush. Literally, she's on the wall, she's on the floor of the wall, and she's able to hit it. And there you saw her use it to get the wall splat, crushing Asuka and straight into the rage art for the win. Just as I showed you, fantastic sidestep use to then use the back 2-4. Okay, next match, playing Claudio.
Round 1.
Very cool looking Claudio, I have to say. Okay, how is she? She's using a she's using a sidestep and she's using a backdash. She's been caught. What's she gonna do now? Straight into that low. Unsafe, but she was under pressure, so she needed to get out. It knocks down, so it's an okay option. There you should use the extension of that back 2. There she's on the hop kick, which has the bound included. Another fantastic option. She's blocked. She could have punished there, I think. Alright, she's done the running 2 again, and she's gone into the side step 3. A fantastic low to use, very fast, and also has the extension, as you saw, with the mids and the highs. Again, caught him with that hop kick, which you can throw out because it is very safe. Or relatively safe. Here from a distance, you can see the distance and the range of that low mix-up. Still very good option to use even at neutral ranges. As you saw, she's not doing any extension from the down 3. She's using it to give pressure. And slowly but surely, she's pressuring mids and lows. Low pokes and mid pokes. Okay, she used the extension mainly to end combos, which is fair enough use. Again, not doing the extension. She basically did it twice. On the second time she did an extension, hoping to catch out the opponent, which is another key tip, another key strategy with Alisa. Again, instant 3. She's dashing right in his face. As I said, with Alisa, you need to get up in their face to do these mix-ups. Perfect user at Rage Art. Very, very fast. Can catch out any player. So hopefully you've seen there exactly through that gameplay how all those moves come into play and how to use them in a high level manner. So using those pokes, making and finding strategies through these gameplays of how to get in close, how to transition and trick opponents into using those mix-ups, chipping away at their life, using your rage drive where appropriate, using that unsafe flow, the down back 3 or 4, using that to get out of damage, get out of pressure, and of course also using that hop kick, which is a great move for Alisa in this game particularly. You need to not be afraid to use it, and of course try to use it in a punishing manner or punishing manner. So for my advice now is, of course, look through these gameplays, look through my Leon playlist or my Chanel playlist. You'll see a lot of other high level Alisa gameplay there. Look through them, analyze, and basically absorb and understand exactly how they're playing so that you can use this in your own game and you will fly up the ranks. Alright, so until my next tutorial, guys, cheers.
To the MI, cat like a semi. Niggas know my car, won't you get mine? Cat like a semi. Cat like a